We'll watch our games first. Let's just dive right in. First up is like us against Orangutan, right? I think we're the very first match. Orangutan was a little bit of a funny matchup because like one of our best homies that we met last year at Worlds, Ice is on Orangutan. That's pretty cool to play against them. Okay, so they banned Zork and we banned Urshifu. Our idea about banning Urshifu is most all the Asian teams were really cracked at Urshifu. So like Oyasumi, MGK, Orangutan, those three teams were just like really cracked on Urshifu. We play against Orangutan scrims, like the Evolution was like dominating the game. It's also a really hard matchup for Intellion, especially if you get like certain pockets. We give them the Lapras first pick, and then we just go with that and we get Intellion Umbreon because we think like that duo can just be really powerful. And this low roll pick is honestly something that we really wanted because look at our next two picks, right? We get Blissey and Blastoise. Blissey is just, you know, another really good mon to Blastoise, and also we just have like, you know, we have our comforts, like we have the heart of the cards right here, Blissey and Umbreon, just such powerful supporters. And then Blastoise just like, you know, can eat up a Sobroll no problem, CCs him, all that kind of stuff, and does well into like Zacian to push him around. And then we just go like full peel and backline comp. And there's just no way for them to kill our comp anymore. I think like, especially Asian teams as well, like they really high prioritize Leafeon almost every single draft, but we never pick Leafeon in a single game. Even though Leafeon is like an S+ tier counter to certain matchups, like, you know, Leafeon by itself could kill Intellion maybe, Leafeon by itself could like do really well against other squishies like mages, but if you have played Leafeon into bad matchups, like you're definitely having bad matchups in this game, like what do you do? Or even Petal Dance Venusaur, because like look at their comp, Bro, Clef, Zacian, Lapras. Even Petal Dance is good against like Leafeon trying to live against it. Petal Dance Venusaur is just so unbelievably powerful here. I really like the draft where like we get the Umbreon and the Intellion in exchange for thinking Lapras, and then we get to ban out their Urshifu player because he's really comfortable in Urshifu. Then we realize, okay, no matter what, he's going to go Zacian after Urshifu's banned, most likely. So we bait him into picking Zacian, we let it go through, and then we can just pick whatever we want. Like Venusaur would be fine, Candle would be fine. But I mean, Venusaur are most comfortable with Overlord spanning Venusaur, but even like Gardevoir would have been fine. I mean, Petal V is just so disgusting here, like you can't even die. Gardevoir would farm their comp as well, but I would say Venusaur, you know, just that survivability is so powerful. Intellion Blissey. Blissey is usually pretty bad in lane, but Intellion can kind of carry it. So our lane's fine. A lot of Asian teams did this as well, like one buff Zacian or Leafeon, and then just run bot and then take the buff and go bottom. I'm not like big fan of this because like look, he's not even here at the E50B, so like by the time he gets here, he's already gonna be dead. All they really get is like the pressure of the one buff gank, and like they don't really get much else out of getting the one buff top. Their early game is pretty solid, like the Zacian and Leafeon, but Umbreon, Squirrel's good in lane, Intellion's good in early. So we're just like trying to stabilize early game. They go for this invade, which I don't think is like a particularly bad idea, but I think their movement from topside made it really obvious. So it'll spawn pretty well. So this guy, mids are up. I'm probably gonna go for the mids and see if I can get the big. We get the big. I think Rin gets it. So no, I think I got it. And then right on the way to level 7, he goes for an 8 cap. Then he just gets liquidated in the face and he just dies. We kill them both. Overlord has red buff on him. There's no way he can look this. Oh, he has flash. Okay, he lives. He has flash and his focus. Pretty good. Probably just sit on the pad and score. Yep, then just can't stop it. I mean, at this point, the game's. I think the game's already over at this point, right? Like, Intellion's level 9. Like, we got the kills in the jungle, got the buff, stole the big B mid, and the low down experience, and Rin's just, you know, weak siding top. Pretty even in EXP, even though they won buff top, so it's going pretty well. We're just trying to get as many kills as we can here, so that we can get the Reggie for free. This guy lives at 1 HP, it's really fine though, they can't get it at all. Oh yeah, like at this point, like they're in such a bad spot. Yeah, they're getting destroyed early game, and their comp doesn't do anything to us later. We see the Leafeon scouted out. Doesn't matter if he even hits me with the Solar Blade, he doesn't have ult, so he can't kill me. Get the Reggie, we're still neutralizing top. This draft is just, I don't know what they can do. Liquidation is also really safe against their comp. Their only dive really is Leafeon, but Liquidation actually does pretty well against Leafeon as well, so all I'm doing is surviving and living, and then Overlord just like dominates the team fight because of DPS, survivability. I'm just staying in the back, pressing Liquidation, and occasional auto attack. Don't need to mess around with Snapshot at all. I feel like in almost in every game where I play against Asian teams, and they play like a lot of melees or fatty front lines, then I don't really feel like I need to do anything about that. Very fantastic Umbreon ult. So they have a good play here where we have to do it, and our rip with the Regieleki isn't that fast. So then they manage to take everyone ball lane and 5-man bot and manage to pick off Rin. Because they wait also to get out of vision, like all the way into mid before they use Lapras ult, so we don't know they're actually Lapras ulting bot. Well, this is a good play by them, based off the vision. They get the pick on Rin, they kill him. But then look at it, oh, 4-man unite by Elo, GOAT. And then the comp in the VS Unite and they're all screwed. They can't even kill him. Overlord just runs into all of them. The Leafeon is so behind, and he can't kill him. I mean, for me, if I'm on the enemy team and I see that, it's probably just like a GG. Get a pretty good overcap on the bot pad. And we're scoring top and getting over farm top. To be honest, there's nothing even like particularly crazy here. I think that Umbreon was fantastic, but it's just like, once we've neutralized the early game against a lot of these really aggressive Asian teams, in my opinion, it just feels like the game's pretty free. We all have to do is just not give up some experience here. They're trying to pick off Overlord, but we still have Blissey Unite. Honestly, Overlord could have just ran straight in and just full, like, inted. They all ran into him, and like, Slash is like a 4-man Blissey like right here if he runs into them. A little bit of miscommunication, I think, but it's fine. Fat Blastoise Unite, it's all of them. Slowbro is on the full HP Venusaur with a Blissey shield still, so he lives. Then we get another fat overcap here as well. They can't stop it. Get some poke in their clef, a little bit low. Rin's still playing top. Rin doesn't have ult, so I get that like he's not gonna be like too useful to Reggie, but like once we see, so we see two of them right now, right? The clef and the Zacian. So once we see the Slowbro and Leafeon, I would just say screw it. I don't really care too much with Lapras cast, so I want to make sure that we keep dominating this fight in Reggie, and so that we can keep our experience lead. But I get that he doesn't want Lapras to score 37 top. We hit 13 on Venusaur, very big power spike. Elo just does really, really well here. His foul play was fantastic. So if you watch Elo, foul plays their clef, foul play 2's their Leafeon, catches him with Snarl even after he dashes, and then the Venusaur Unite manages to land on him and the Umbra Unite. So then his focus is gone, he has to flash away, and Clef has to Unite. So fantastic play by Elo, gets so much value out of that. Overlord starting this fight, basically full HP. Now we're out of Unite boost, so this is a little bit dangerous. It's probably the closest place to where they maybe have a chance. Because also, look at Slash, like he's too far to be able to like even help Overlord, because one of the issues, like Slash gets chunked by the Solar Blade, which I think he can maybe avoided. Gets hit by Surf. So he's like half HP and the Ice Beam is zoning him, so Slash can't really get in. So I think once this starts happening, they like use some of these abilities, and Elo's got them so far away, I think we can just full do it and just rip the Registeel and make them come in if they're make them come in immediately even though they're low HP. That's what we want to do. Overlord wants to capitalize off of this low HP, so I get why he wants to go in here. I just think maybe approaching it by drawing them into the Reggie could be a little bit safer, just because like Slash really can't help him in this spot and he has no Blissey ult. So Overlord does drop really low. If they were more fight, Overlord definitely would have died. So I didn't particularly like that, or how close that was. But we get away with it. I think in a different scenario, he definitely could have died, and the game would become really hard from that point. Because if he dies there, they would probably win that Reggie fight and get the Registeel and get a lot of comeback, maybe even score bot. That play could have scored snowballed really hard, but we get away with it. And at that point, it's like they maybe had one sliver of hope in killing Overlord, because I think we trolled a bit there, but we get away with it. So now we're just like astronomically ahead. We're going to be like 13, 14, 13. 13 comp sucks late game as well. Station's a little 11 at 3 minutes. See a lot of them top side. Overlord's just completely safe. Level 14 Venusaur. Their flip also is pretty dog. The only one who can really hit is Zacian, but if Zacian comes in the pit, I'll just like auto attack him to death. And he can't do anything about it. He'll getting vision. He's completely safe here. So we're just chilling at the rig. Don't let them come in. Foul play, CCing up the defenders, keeping up good vision. Basically the situation is exact same at 2 minutes as it is now. They're trying to come in to make a bit of a play. I mean, just like look at their comp. Like, how do they get to Overlord as possible? He tries to ult Overlord because he's running low on HP on Leaf. How does he get this one in the first place? Oh, he just like does a terrible race relief. Yeah, so he eats like a full Giga Drain's Vine Whip. He tries to flash ult him, but there's no way the team can even get in. The Zacian tries to ult Overlord, doesn't kill him, and then Overlord comes to fight full HP. And it's over. Yeah, they're all dead. I mean, like, they're playing full early game, like, melees. Like, dude, what are they gonna do to Blastoise, Blissey, Umbreon, Petal Dance, Venusaur? Hello? What are they gonna do? This was definitely a very clean game. It's just like a draft chasm. I think we played pretty good. Elo definitely shined in this game. First game up against Orangutan, pretty free. Wrapped it up really easily. Draft was really easy. Right, so here we go. Same ban, Urshifu. We're hoping to pick up Lapras on first pick here, which I think we get. Looks like they're banning Inteleon, which is a fine first pick ban, but I mean, we get Lapras. I mean, I think we just win the draft anyway. They should just ban Lapras and then let us pick Inteleon. That's the good thing about the Urshifu ban though, is like we either get Lapras or we get Inteleon. But Urshifu's out of the game, so both picks are very good. So the main reason for the Zora Kofi is like once they lock in these supports where they're really trying to like support a range character, these kind of supports are very focused on a range character, Blissey and Umbreon. And then we managed to like pick up Slowbro as well. Even though Slowbro isn't particularly like fantastic into their team, because I already picked Blissey and Umbreon, I actually might have preferred maybe like Tree on my team. I think Tree actually would have done really well. So actually, yeah, I don't really like the Slowbro here. Slowbro doesn't really do that much. much, and they already picked Umbreon and Blissey, so they're not going to pick Slowbro themselves. So maybe just Tree would have been better there. Because Slowbro ult shield can get eaten by Umbreon, and the Blissey target gets saved. So I think Tree would actually have been much better. Yeah, so I picked Olo Ninetales here because we're trying to go for the Speedster, and Ninetales are obviously a very good mon to counter Speedster, so I take away the counter pick and pick A9 early on so that we can have our Speedster comp as effective as possible. They have 2 mages and they don't have any realistic peel for the Zoroark. I mean, I think Overlord just goes down here and kills everyone. Looks like he's gonna 1-buff top with Glacier. He has a stack. I think it's just like whatever. I feel like when people inflate for stacks like that, like, dude, you could have gotten all the farm in your lane, but now all the farm in your lane is gonna get contested. They're probably gonna score on the guy. Yep, they score on you in top lane. It's so int when top laners do this. Like, you're like, oh, I got some stacks, it's worth it. But then he just walks up. He got the EXP from your kill. He walks up. Rin scores. He takes all the farm on your side. Like, I don't know. It seems so true on top lane too. So now Rin's higher level than him. He's not even level 5 here. He gets the evolve. But he's kind of just stuck here. He has no focus ban because he lost his focus. Yeah, especially when your jungler isn't ganked for you, like you should not play for that. Already Overlord's online. Overlord's still a really good level, so we're fine. Volley's pretty much going even, which is actually really good because their jungler ganked bot and our jungler went top, and we are even bot. That's fantastic actually. So Balling goes even though their jungler ganked bot. We're chilling. So the main thing we're really looking for is like opportunities for Overlord to pick up kills in mid and then be able to convert that to a lane. So once the mid B spawn, unless they all come back like this. You guess the mean look on me, so I'm probably just gonna die here. That's unfortunate. A little bit trigger happy on Overlord. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, even though everybody's like Overlord's fake and all that stuff, it's like, you know, you just make he makes human mistakes. And it's like this kind of things happens where he's coming in. He lost his passive, and then he uses Shedinja, and then he's spamming it. Even though he knows he has Shedinja, so he loses the feint attack. So I don't know if he has full heal there. He also maybe could have full healed the mean look. It's like that's just how it happens. Like Overlord definitely played well at Worlds, but it's like he definitely was not just like faker MVP by far. Right, that's just what happens. Most likely Overlord allowed the times when these things happen. I'm just like, alright, we're not gonna play for bot, just play for the map if we can, and go for the scores or kills in silence. Like if we go top here, we probably just instantly kill this Squirtle and be able to score top. But Overlord makes the call that he wants to go for bottom regardless of the fact that they have 2 United, which I may agree or disagree. Okay. Early in the feint attack, but he manages to get the ulti. Kills Overlord finds it fantastic and he was able to kill people. So probably able to secure this with the boosted feint attack. Perfect. He's gonna be in trouble here as well. Yep, he's in trouble. I run top. He only scores 10, which isn't too bad. And I think I punish him with the kill. I'm not sure what he does here. Maybe he goes for a berry, but I can't see. But it's still hovering 3 volley, so the Elo is like hovering and making sure that they don't just push bot. Once he sees them leaving, he goes back to Overlord and then he goes back on the hunt for these kills. That's like the problem with Zoroark. Like you need so many resources to stop him, but he's so fast. So it's really hard to keep up and allocate your resources onto him. You got the CC, the Scorin. So we have 4 Unite moves. Even Slash isn't even able to get his Unite move as well. So it's very possible that, I'm not sure exactly, but maybe we go for this push. We have 2 balling right here. If Rin can stop these guys from recalling and force us 4v3 top, it'll be very good for us. So obviously V's trying to recall, Rin's trying to stop it, good. He's going to recall, but there's no jump pad, so V's going to come late. We have an advantage, and Rin can come out with Vapor Assault. We already picked the Blissey. Blissey does not get the Unite boost. He almost pushes it in. I'm low by managing to get another combo up before I die. So we get a lot of value from me. Yeah, so Perish Song plus like my ice combo remaining on the ground does so much damage. Alright, so we don't manage to get the push in, but we pretty much trade all the rolls for all of their rolls, which is completely fine because our comp is going to be dominant to theirs in team fights. And Overlord picked up a bunch of kills, so it was almost level 13 at 4.5 minutes. Very ahead, very ahead. Once you get 13 on Zoroark, it's very important because the Shadow Claw knockup lasts a lot longer, so almost all the time when you start using a combo effectively on Zoroark, you permanently CC them. They cannot get out. They can't like flash or do any mobility spell. So his like execution on kills becomes a lot more potent. He goes all the way around, he picks up Zorak with the Comfy, and then lands right on top of their Mew. Wait, did he flash? Wait, I didn't see that guy. Yeah, it's very close. Okay, so he tried to flash so that Rin would just hit the Blastoise and then just like do the single part, but like Rin's smart, so he lets go, he presses the Unite move button again, and then just does the AoE wave anyways. Which I mean, I think every good Lapras should do that. So he gets that, kills him instantly. They're all in the line. Oh, the value. It's so simple. Just literally look at that line. It's actually just so simple. That just like they literally just pins, bowling pins, knocking over. It's disgusting. Yeah, so like Overlord just dominating this game. Speedster plus Comfy is just gonna shit on their team comp. So Overlord gets a bit of a chunk on him. It's completely chill. Ice tries to flash mean looking, but dumb. You're not gonna get him. It's Overlord. He combos him. Ice tries to flash mean looking and catch him. Illusion. Simple. He has no flash, he's screwed. Loses his focus, and now he has no flash. Rin's getting the cap and he's putting on pressure for them to make something happen. I mean, I'm almost like fully speed and I use my Night Move, but they just like flash Blastoise onto me and then he ults me so I can't survive. We get a nice silver ult onto their Glaceon. They pop Shenanigans Endless Heal, which is good. Lapras ult hits 3 of them. Lapras is just dominating. He's level 14. He's unkillable. I mean, they don't have any damage left. Oh, that Overlord actually gets hit by Blastoise ult in a full combo. He's focused still, so he's healing really well, but a little bit of damage that we didn't want to see. Then he messes up a bit with his Feint Attack combo. So like, I think he wants to go over the wall of the Feint Attack here, but he ends up a little bit too short. He gets chunked up, he has to back up. So a bit of misplace here, but I think it's still fine. We're just so ahead. And Rin's with level 14 Lapras, like he just can't die. He kills Glaceon as well. And now I remember this. He gets a very nice Ice Beam, freezes both of them, and they both die. Kills him again. Now we pressure bot, we pressure mid and top at the same time. He can only stop one. And at this point he gets AFK. So I mean, the mage comp could have worked this game as well. It's a little bit less effective because Intellion's like the best mage, and like, it's the best mage probably next to Pellet, next to get Solar Beam Venusaur, but Intellion got banned this game, so we already thought, you know, Comfy Speedster could already be really effective, especially once they picked Umbreon and Blissey. So Orangutan, I think they have good players. I just think like their lack of being able to adapt to draft really hurt them, and there was no way for them to answer or be able to be flexible enough to answer us having the option of Comfy and Speedster, but then also having the option of like, you know, even like Clefable. Even though they took Blissey and Umbreon, which were the two supports that we had the other game, and we made it look really dominant, we could still have gone like Clefable plus like Tree and then go Mages. Plus like they just didn't really have an answer. Blue Wisher was banned, Zorak is taken. What other like early game kind of Speedster-esque Pokemon do they even have left? They have to be like really cracked at like Dodrio or something. Leafeon Solar Blade is not enough as a Speedster. I think it's had a lot of shortcomings in their draft that really hurt them. And then we managed to kind of play to our draft strengths and be able to just match them on pretty much any kind of macro play that we were able to do. I think they definitely were good mechanically, and there are also some mechanical misplays that we had as well. This game in particular is like Zorak just looks so dominant, and they don't have a good answer for it from any of their team. So yeah, that was the series against Orangutan, probably one of our most dominant series. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of today's VOD review of the World Skins. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of these reviews, not just of our games, but also games in the future. Please stay tuned for that and come back to future streams when I do those kind of reviews. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of content, talking about our thought process and how we draft and how the enemy team plays and what we had in mind when we play against certain teams. Hopefully this is all very interesting to you guys. I'm gonna head out. I hope you all have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys in the next stream or the next video if you're watching the VOD review on YouTube. So, and then I'll see you guys next time.